Bear McCreary.
Hey guys.
Folks, if you're a fan of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like I am, you've lived with this man, even if you didn't know it.
You guys live with me.
That's
and
right.
You don't even know.
That's right. And if you're a Marvel fan, you should know this man's name. After the end of this video, you will know him. What was the inspiration behind how did the Marvel engagement come about, first of all?
I think it came about because of the work that I did on a show called Battlestar Galactica. And Joss Whedon and Jed and Marissa and a lot of the producers were fans of that show. So I think my work was kind of known. And when Joss returned to television and wanted to make this new show, they brought me in and had me take a look at it and asked me what I thought, and the rest is history.
I got to ask you this question I ask everybody else that's been part of the Whedonverse. What's it like to work with?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. I mean, they're such a creative group of people. They encourage ideas, and they really know music, you know? And it's great being able to talk with filmmakers about music in a very specific way. That's a joy.
Educate me. Did you have a vision for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. before you walked in? Or, I mean, obviously, if someone was informed by, but where did one begin and the other?
Well, it's interesting because I, like a lot of people, was very curious about the show. And I remember my agent called me and I was driving down the street in Santa Monica. And he doesn't normally call like in the middle of the day out of the blue. And he goes, what are you doing today? And I stopped the car and I went, what am I doing today? And he goes, you're going in to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and meet with Joss Whedon. And it's like, I'm already, the car is like, whoa! So I'm on the way over there and I'm thinking like...
That explains that pileup I heard about. That there was one car that escaped from it.
It was me. I know. You get that phone call and it's like, hit the gas.
Absolutely.
No, as I was driving over, I was thinking like, what should this be? Is it a spy show? Is it a superhero show? It's funny. It's like I'm going into my 4th season. I still can't answer that question. Yeah. It is a spy show. It's like a super spy show in a superhero world. So what was interesting is talking with Joss and Jed about it, is that it needed to feel like it's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it needed to feel different than the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So thankfully, because it was Disney and Marvel and ABC, we had the resources, and we still do. We have a full orchestra every week. Wow. Anywhere from 70 players to 100 players. So there's that big cinematic sound. But there's also an intimate, kind of raw, what I call the human component. Sometimes it's electric guitars, sometimes it's synthesizers and cool ambient colors to bring it down to a human dramatic level. Because we're talking about the people that live in this world and what does it mean to be a human living in this world, And especially in the early seasons, spoiler alert, we didn't realize that like one of our protagonists has powers, That's been an interesting thing to explore. So it's it was a really great experience getting to work on those early episodes and establish the tone with them, and then we've done 66 of these things, and the story has become so big. So it's been really great getting to be a part of this expansion, and the stories get huge.
Are you compelled sometimes to talk to other composers who are part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Like, well, for example, the person... Well, Avengers. Brian Tyler's one.
Yeah,
but there's also
the guy I spoke to immediately was Chris Leonards, who did Agent Carter.
Yeah,
because Agent Carter made an appearance in the 2nd season premiere of S.H.I.E.L.D. as they were launching that universe, and I called Chris and I was like, "Hey man, I think I need to use your theme." Because I got she walks in, right? Yeah. It's like, what am I going to do? So I was like, can you send me your materials? And then I sent him my Hydra theme and some other stuff.
Which I love, by the way.
Yeah, that was cool. Thanks, man. Thanks,
thank you.
I also talked with. I was about to just like. The other composer I've talked to he's in the DC universe. Sorry, man.
That's
all right.
No,
Can we topic change? Can we just totally topic change?
Hey, yeah. We're talking. Note that topic change right here.
We're talking DC now.
Yeah, right.
I did
adjustment there.
I did Constantine.
Oh yeah,
for NBC.
Right.
And that Matt Ryan made an appearance in the sort of DC universe.
Yeah.
And Blake Neely, who scores all those shows, called me up and was like, "Hey man, I want to use your Constantine theme." So it's really fun when
Blake,
you have these.
we're telling on you. we had this conversation yesterday.
Oh yeah. Sorry man, I got you in trouble.
That's
Blake.
funny as heck.
So
that's hilarious.
It's, there are opportunities for composers when you have a universe this big to reach out to each other and kind of communicate, and you have little musical cameos. It's really fun.
Blake, if you're watching this, I texted it to you.
I know you're watching, Blake. I know all you
right.
do is look me up online and look at videos. I know. There it is.
The secret is out.
It is.
Okay, I'm gonna not veer off too much in that direction. I want to talk about. She knows. I can talk. Right? But at any rate, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
That's a cult movie. How did it come about to get that engagement?
So I scored 10 Cloverfield Lane because the director, Dan Trachtenberg, was a huge fan of Battlestar Galactica. And it was his first feature. He'd made these incredible short films. And he called me up and sent me the script and offered me the job before they even shot. So I got to hang out on set and watch them shoot it. And it was an incredible experience. And then when JJ got involved, once the movie had been cut together, it was such an inspiring work environment, getting to work with JJ and Dan and everybody at Bad Robot. It was great.
How do you strike the balance between it being a horror film, in a sense, and an alien film?
Can we go into spoiler world here?
Yeah,
Spoiler
please.
land?
Yeah, please,
Spoilers?
Please, yeah.
It was an incredible challenge because you have a twist in the third act that has to be shocking, but can't be too shocking. You gotta feel like you earned it.
Now, by this time, it's a good reason to buy it on DVD. Because
Check
you
it
can
out.
hear it, right? Check it out. Click on the link right there.
A lot of it was about setting it up in the first scene. The first 6 minutes of that movie were JJ's idea. Because there had been a couple of scenes that had been scripted and shot. It was like a movie.
Sure.
And something wasn't clicking. And JJ said, well, why don't you just take all the best shots, turn off all the sound, turn off all the dialogue, let's just see this woman and what's happening to her. Put some music on it, like throw it to Bear, and let's see what happens, and maybe that'll work. And that's what happened. And so you have this 6 minutes without sound, without dialogue. It's just music. It's almost like an overture where you're seeing this character, and it's very emotional because you're seeing her. She's escaping a relationship. She's upset about something. I don't know. It's up to you. But the music is telling you you're about to go into a world that's big. You're about to embark on a huge journey. You're about to see a world that is bigger than what these visuals imply. And that was a really cool experience, having the creative freedom to try something that weird. Because it was weird. It's a weird way to open a movie. But it was incredible. I thought it worked well.
And I agree. Extremely well. Now, I could talk to him for an hour, 2 hours, but we don't have that time. We come to Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, all right.
How much of what you did was informed by the original?
It's interesting because the original Battlestar Galactica had a huge influence on what I did at first because I could do nothing like it at all. I was given a very specific direction. We're not going orchestra. We're not going big themes. I don't want to hear French horns. We want to hear like taiko drums and weird stuff. So it was like avoid everything to do with the original. Which was cool.
And yet come up with a theme.
Exactly.
Right.
But what was interesting is like I did that and it was the right way to go because the show was very modern and very kind of documentary style. A big orchestral score would have just sunk it.
Yeah.
But I have so much respect for Stu Phillips and his score for the original. I genuinely believe, I'm biased, but I genuinely believe if it weren't for that score and that theme song, people wouldn't have remembered the show as fondly. There might not have even been a new Battlestar Galactica without like that's what you remember along with those visuals.
And then dun 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 dun.
Totally.
Dun, dun, dun,
So I felt a little weird, right? I felt a little bad that like
that's intimidating.
Right, but one of the most iconic parts of the old show was refuted, was ignored, and it had to be. And I ran into Stu Phillips at a convention, and you know, he kind of gave me the icy eyes, just like, hey, nice to meet you. And it was like, yeah, I know, man, that dude hates me. That dude hates me. So in the second season, there's a script that comes along that says, we hear the national anthem of the colonies, the colonial anthem. And I was like, it might have even been written in the script. It's like, the old Battlestar Galactica theme could be this.
Yeah.
And I think it was intended to be sort of almost like a hokey, like, a la Starship Troopers kind of propaganda thing. But I thought, and they were just going to use the old recording. And I thought, well, wait a minute. Maybe there's a chance to actually incorporate this music. And I called up Stu Phillips, and I introduced myself. He remembered who I was. I said, can I come over? I want you to show me the theme. Do you have the scores? I've been listening to it. I'm going to do my own adaptation, but I want to get it perfect. Can you know? So I went over to his house. We hung out for a whole day. He got out the orchestrations. He showed me all the different lines, and he let me take the scores home. So I took the scores home, and I did my own arrangement, which included some of the taiko drums, included some of the ethnic elements. And before I sent it to the producers, I sent it to Stu.
Now, we're going to do two parts to this because this is 10 minutes. Hold on a second.